rotting driftwood on the foreign shores, spilling out into the ocean floor, and the memories all you've left without a trace. Paralyzed with the thoughts receding, current sweeps you with the silent bleeding through the heart into the darkest place. Well, turn around, there's nothing to see here. Run away, no reason to be here. It's the ghost who never goes away. Turn around and leave this behind now. You see the ground as it bleeds in the sky now. You fight the sea, you're always gonna drown. All the secrets that you're holding, all the memories you hide, all the frail thoughts that echo in the corners of your mind, they won't even last a moment. They will soon be swept away when the ocean takes you in its arms and carries you away. You carry all your burdens on the cross around your neck. You take whatever's left that you could salvage from the wreck, and the hard past will follow you like a lost dog on the beach, nipping at your trail till you've drifted out of reach. Yeah, turn around, there's nothing to see here. Run away, no reason to be here. It's the ghost who never goes away. Turn around and leave this behind now. See the ground as it bleeds to the sky now. You fight the sea, you're always gonna drown. In the broken line horizon, in the castles made of sand, you tried to hold it in your hands, you tried to understand it. Ocean asks the questions, and it holds the answers too. It dissolves away the lies about the things you thought you knew.
No time was wasted in assembling a squad. This pitchfork army on a mission sent from God. No witch was saved from Reverend Paris's brigade. Their crusade, their crusade, their crusade. Call the magistrate and don't you wait another minute, cause this town is going to hell if we don't put away the sinning. And we got no time to let a jury have their turn. Let 'em burn, let 'em burn, let 'em burn. The damned were crammed into a carriage on the square. Their faces battered and their bodies all were bare. The Reverend led them to an isolated hill. Time to kill, time to kill, time to kill. by one their necks were snapped beneath the cedar tree. The spirits vanished and the demons all were free. They dug a hole to hold the devilish remains. They were slain, they were slain, they were slain. The town was safe from all those wicked dissidents. They could continue with their life of innocence, dispensing justice from a higher power. They built a church atop the spirits and the bones. Their moans were heard as they were laying down the stones. But the witches got revenge beneath that steeple bell. They cast a spell, sent the reverend to hell.
Button. There you go. Now
Hey! Welcome back, Internet.
we're good. So Carolyn playing D&D by herself. Today.
Yep. It's just me, myself, and I. We're going to play a rousing game of make-believe. Which actually wouldn't be all that hard for me because I grew up as an only child. So I'm very used to talking to myself. Not that you needed to know that. But, so here we are. We're going to do...
Facts with Carolyn.
Yeah, today's been a really interesting day, in general, because my body is, not made for, hard labor, and over the weekend I washed and waxed my car with my dad, so I am feeling it, and then my eyeball, something has decided to attack this eyeball in particular, and I have been fighting with it for the past 2 fucking days to stop being aggravated, so it's been a slew of things this weekend. But not that you care.
We're gonna get
You're here for D&D.
Or are you here for weird stories with us? Which I mean is basically D&D.
Yeah.
It's weird stories.
It's weird stories.
It's gonna get weird, y'all.
So, we're doing a quick little one-on-one. We're back again with Verity.
Because he didn't get rescued.
To find out what has happened in the interim from the last Syrill game, where the group has gone forth to fetch the final gem that they've been set forth to grab, since they received the message from Verity that he had been taken hostage by his ex-lover, L'Amour.
I'm real original with names, y'all. You'll notice I named Verity's ex-boyfriend Love, literally, and Verity, who can't lie, is named Truth. So, I'm an A+ namer, y'all.
But it's amazing when it's in a different language. There was actually a tip I read online for DMs where it was like, yeah, just like if you want like a title, what?
8-Ball! You betrayed me!
It was a DM chat tip here for you. If you're looking to make titles for like NPC characters, take the word, put it into a different language, and then take like parts of those words and smush them together, and you have a title that has sort of the same meaning but it's in different languages. So yeah, I that's just a random DM tip for you.
You just gotta know other languages.
I'm Google Translate. Whether or not it's right is another story.
It is.
So yeah, recap. Verity was taken captive by his ex-lover L'Amour, who has been collecting the gems that the players have been after. I'm gonna push you back just a tidbit. you see me still?
We'll find out in a second. I can't see the live. I can't see the live feed from here, but I think it looks okay from this angle. I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're real together tonight, y'all.
So Verity got taken
Uh-huh.
by Lamore, and they went to his fancy house that was encased in
Encaped.
a barrier.
And a barrier is encapsulated.
Encapsulated in a barrier, which keeps it, for the most part, invisible. So during that time, there was some talking that happened between Lamore and Verity about Verity's intentions and whether or not Verity would be joining Lamore. Lamore has been trying to encourage him and persuade him.
He's been trying to woo him. Let's be real.
Also,
it just started raining, and if you watched our stream yesterday, we are prone to brownouts. So if the power goes out, we are either going to reschedule this or we'll just finish it and then post the finished video on YouTube. We'll figure it out at the time. But storms are rolling in, so if we disappear, that's what happened.
So, sorry, but we'll keep you updated. Check the feeds check the feeds, and if not, you can always pop over to Instagram or Twitter. We'll keep you posted.
We shall.
There. Ooh, excuse me.
You alright there, buddy?
Yeah, it's fine. I just, had a very large bottle of soda, so I'm full of carbonation.
Well, fuck you too, Dice.
So yes, we pick up right about the time when Lamore has headed to bed. He is going to rest for the evening.
And I was doing casual snoopage.
You were doing casualsnoopage.tumblr.com. And Verity was still awake for the evening, but was staring at an hourglass as it ticked down the 24 hours that he had to decide. Probably, what did we decide? About 8-ish hours had passed?
At that point, I don't think it had been that long.
No, it hadn't.
It had only been like maybe 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
Because Malleus had just been kicked out. Lamore and Verity maybe chatted for an hour at most before Lamore was like in bed. It doesn't super matter.
I'm the DM. What I say has happened. So yeah, he is staring at a hourglass as it ticks down 24 hours. And you have. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to continue snoopaging. I would like to, one, check the door and see if there's anything that I can see as a discernible way to unlock it, to sneak into it, to break into it.
Okay.
If there is anything I can lockpick.
Make me an investigation check.
What if I don't?
Then you won't know jack shit.
Oh my goodness, gravy! 22! Oh no! 8-Ball again said that Verity's death outlook was not good. Y'all are jinxing me! Anyways, 22. Ooh. 22 to investigate the door area.
Okay. God,
so Carolyn's falling apart.
I am. I've been breaking down since early this morning. Like, it's been a day. So you go over to the door, and it is what appears to be a very well-crafted door. On the interior, as well as the exterior, there's a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not a motif, but a relief.
Yeah.
A relief carved into what appears to be the wood of the door. And it depicts maybe his homeland. It depicts a very natural setting, large, big trees, kind of a snow-covered, or you would imagine somewhat of a wintry scene. Mm-hmm. And as far as what you can see, there's literally no handle. There doesn't appear to be any sort of switch that you can visibly see. As you kind of run your fingers along the framing, it's almost as if there's no gap.
I hate it. I'm gonna get a little piece of paper and see if there's like any way to like slide a piece of paper like under the door.
Okay. Make a dex check.
Okay. Not super.
It's raining men.
17.
Hallelujah. Okay.
Yeah, just Dex, right?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
So you go for like the bottom of the door. You're like, surely there is a gap at the bottom of the door. And you start trying to slide this little piece of paper underneath the door, and it just near.
I hate magic. I say quietly. Okay. I'm gonna abandon that train of thought. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna go back over to that weird little metal ball thing
Okay.
that he had, and I want to say the word that I heard him say when we walked in and saw Malleus.
Okay. Where's that book?
I don't
That's
know the
not the
answer
book.
to that book.
That's not the book either.
Could you narrow it down?
Dungeon Master's Guide!
It's over there somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. There it is, found it.
We found it. We found it.
Got it.
It's fine, guys. It's
We
fine.
have a lot of books. I don't even remember what this damn thing's called.
Hey, chat, what do you think Verity's odds are? Don't listen to 8 Ball. Don't listen to the 8 Ball. What do you think the odds are, chat? Am I gonna live through this, or am I like SOL?
Beans.
And weather-wise, so far it's just raining right now, so hopefully, knock on wood, we'll be alright.
Particle board.
Particle board we're millennials. That's the closest to wood we've got.
No,
No, that's.
I was like, surely there's a mantle. Never mind.
Nope, there is.
We don't have one of those.
No. Mantles are for boomers.
La la la.
Mantles are for boomers.
Ah, that's what it is.
High quality content you come here for.
Okay, I want you to make me.
And I'm not gonna like be holding it and be like, bleh! I'm gonna like have it like away from me when I say the word.
So what are you throwing it at? Are you like what are you physically doing with it?
So I'm putting it down,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna throw one of my like 700 ball bearings at it.
Okay. So first and foremost, I want you to make me an intelligence check
No!
of trying to get the appropriate pronunciation of the word.
7!
Okay. And now make me a ranged attack. Okay. So
I'm doing good.
you take your little ball bearing, which you're surprising you still have any at this point, because you have been leaking ball bearings.
I know there's
the
ball
entire-
bearings all over this house. I'm gonna have to deal with that.
And you aim it and you throw it as you say the word, and not only does the ball bearing like go completely and miss the ball, nothing happens.
I'm gonna gently boop it with my foot. I'm gonna boop it with my tail.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. If you would like to try and If you'd like to try the word again,
I
make
will
me
try
another-
to enunciate better and be like, okay, be more. Okay.
Be snooty.
Be snooty about it. Okay. That's marginally better. 13. We doubled our score by being snooty. Just
Okay.
intelligence, right?
Yes, just your intelligence.
Okay, yes, that's a 1. That's 1.
Okay. So you watch as the bands expand and then just contract back into a ball.
Well, I hate that, but that's helpful. I'm gonna practice saying the word
Okay.
so that I can say it easily.
Okay.
And then, after I feel confident that I have the hang of the word, I'm gonna put the ball back where I got it from.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna start going and trying to collect ball bearings.
Okay.
And shove my leaking ball bearing bag into my bag. Where it can leak in a contained container.
Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Oh boy.
It was just like, bleh.
13.
Okay. So you take probably the better part of like 2-ish hours searching the couch and the living area where you've been walking around for the majority of it, and you're like, you're pretty sure that you've got majority of the ball bearings up and about.
I love it. Okay. Okay. Okay, so it's probably been like 3-ish hours since he went to bed at this point?
Give or take, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go investigate the kitchen. Is there stuff to make a food?
Yeah. There's a few, it's basic food items, bread, cheeses, a few parcels of fruit, but nothing extravagant.
Okay. I'm gonna do my best to make
And there's some cured meats, things like that keep well.
Okay. I'm gonna have a snackle.
Okay.
Verity's in
Make a constitution check!
yeah, I'll say Verity's in immense danger here, obviously. And then I'm going to actually put together some sort of a food that I know Lamore likes.
Okay.
And put that on a little plate. And then only I carried poison with me. But I don't. Okay, so I'm gonna make that, and then I'm going to...
Man, if only you'd kept some of those manticore spines.
I know, I had no part of the removal of parts of bodies. Also, I feel like the manticore spine would have been real obvious, so I suppose I could have just bled it all over something, which is disgusting. Anyways, okay, so I'm making him a food, and then I'm going to write a little note to him, and then I'm going to go try and quietly put the plate of food and the note in his room without disturbing him.
Okay. Alrighty then. Go ahead and make me a stealth check.
But no, alright, you're in timeout. Me.
Yes, tiny dice. Ooh. Okay, that was about what I expected.
Dirty 20.
Okay. He is PTFO. And very much like you remember him, he takes up a majority of the bed. And
hog.
Yes, he long limbs sprawled everywhere. And his hair is it's almost as if he stages it, because he flops it out over the pillow and it just fans out around his head. And he is snoring quite peacefully. And you are able to walk in. The door even creaks a little bit, but that wasn't your fault. And he doesn't even snort in recognition.
Okay. I'm gonna put that down. I'm just gonna sort of stand by the bed for a minute and kind of have a nostalgic moment. And then leave.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go to the other bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to then take my I'm going to take my bag of crap, and I'm going to kind of strategically, I'm basically setting a trap, not exactly anything bad, but I'm basically setting it so that the bag is open and it looks very easy to rifle through without me noticing, and I'm just kind of trying to set it so the most innocent of things are the obvious ones to go through. So if he rifles through my bag, he's gonna find my collection of shiny gemstones that are complete plastic fakes, and my tarot cards, and not my 3 daggers and my other, more sinister-y-ish stuff.
Okay.
So,
are you doing this so that you wake up, or just so that...
I'm doing that so that if he comes in my room and goes through my stuff, I'm trying to set what he's gonna find and...
Okay.
Whatever. And I'll probably leave, my book, my, little journal fairly obvious, because there should be nothing really too bad in that. Okay. I guess it depends on how religiously Verity's journals. But whatever. But yeah, so basically I'm just kind of trying to set it so that if somebody comes in and that someone comes in, they can very easily go in and see what I want them to see. Yeah, if you're watching this on a desktop, we have a pet now, so scroll down and you can play with it. It's awkward. But, yeah, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to probably go run down to the door, because I've been messaging with Malleus at some point during all of this. I'm going to go down to the door and try and see if I can get a hold of him, and in some way to just be like, I am going to sleep, I'm not dead. Don't panic, sort of thing.
Okay.
So, I don't know if I'm able to get a hold of him or if he messages me in the time. I'm not going to wait around. I'm trying to be in bed before Lamore gets up. And I know that he takes about 4 hours, so if it's like 3 hours and 45 minutes, 50 minutes, I'm probably going to bail and go hide in the room.
Yeah, you don't seem to get anything. You're not able to communicate with Lamore, Malleus.
Okay.
And it is growing close to what you would anticipate being close to about coming up on the 4 hour mark.
Okay. So I'm going to then go run to my room, and I'm going to then stage myself to sleep prettily.
Okay.
And I'm going to
roll the performance check.
Oh, Jesus, I'm going to get like a nat 1 and drool all over myself. Performance is... I'm not horrible at performances. 15.
Okay. Alrighty.
Probably not as pretty as him, but I tried.
So you...
I don't have the hair anymore.
Excuse me. So you crawl into bed and you quickly like fluff the pillows appropriately. You kind of like undo your shirt a little bit, to give a little bit of skin. And you curl up and you're like, okay. You think you've got it perfect, where you look like you're the cutest, most adorable angel demon thing to ever exist.
Yeah, I mean, accurate for Verity. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
An angelic demon child. And time starts to pass slowly. And are you actively trying to stay awake while pretending to be asleep? Or?
I will probably do it for like maybe like 30 minutes to an hour. I'll pretend to be, but I think eventually Verity is just exhausted because this is going on 24 hours of him being awake at this point. So I think eventually he would fall asleep, but he's probably going to stay awake for a little while.
Okay.
And the little note that he left to Lamore literally just says, "I'm in bed. I'm sleeping. I left the door open if you want to check on me."
Okay.
He is trying to appear as non-threatening and cooperative as possible.
Okay. And you do think you hear some rustling, from the room prior, or the room over, what you anticipate maybe about, you're not sure how many minutes, but after you lay down, and there's some footsteps, some movement, but by the time you fall asleep, you don't hear, or you didn't notice him coming into your room.
Okay. I will nappy nap a good sleeping.
Okay.
I will take a long rest.
Alright. You are undisturbed for 8 hours.
Yay!
Or however long you would like to sleep.
Forever.
I'm just gonna...
If I don't get up, I don't have to deal with him.
Do you sleep late? Do you try and get up?
When I wake up, I'll probably try and see if I can hear anything. Like, if I hear him around, like, before I open my eyes or anything, I'm gonna try and see if I can hear what's happening in the house, make sure it's just his voice.
Okay, make a perception check.
Nat 1.
You are surprised at how comfortable this bed is. And you, honestly, you're like, I don't even want to get out of bed. What if I just took another, 30 minutes? Basically. What I do every morning when I get out of bed. Snooze, 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 snooze. And probably about 20 to 30 minutes later, after actually fully coming awake, there's a... You've been asleep for almost 9 hours. Are you hungry?
Can food exist in the bed?
I don't see why not. Would you like me to bring breakfast to you?
Yes.
What would you like? I've got some fruit, apples, oranges, grapes, maybe some bread and cheese.
Surprise me?
All right. Now you hear him totter off down to the kitchen, and there is not a clattering of noises, but you do hear some movement. And about 10-ish minutes later, he comes back up and he has a little platter, and he sits down on the bed beside you.
Okay, I have sat up at least by that point, and still haven't taken my horn socks off.
He puts the plate over your lap and kind of reaches over and like baps at the little ball at the end of the horn. Oh, those, I had forgotten that you had those.
Well, I don't want to rip the pillows.
Those are adorable.
Malice made them for me.
He just kind of like, looking at you and looking at the horn socks and just like, you're fucking adorable.
Verity's powers of cute are too strong.
Basically. And he's made a plate of a nice slice of bread, thick slices of cheese, what appears to be maybe a sharp cheddar, and then some apple slices, grapes.
I will nibble.
It's actually really good. Like, the grapes are nice and ripe, the apples are nice and crisp, and the cheese is just right.
Okay, so how did you get this kind of food when it's that cold outside?
I bought it?
From where? I haven't seen a single store here. I mean, I guess the mermaids had stores, sort of, but they were like, here, you have a bunch of shiny seashells, and we were like, it's rude to not accept a gift. So somebody has a bunch of seashells now. I don't remember who. They were pretty.
The Winterfey are very peculiar when it comes to trading. There are many who hold on to such finds. And if you have the right thing, you can find and get some very good stuff.
Like what?
Food, for example. Sometimes weapons. Favors. Owing someone. You know.
I hate that.
They do too. Which is why you try and work it into and try and trap them.
Yeah, I'm not so good at that.
That's why you have me.
Shove grape in mouth. Hello. Yeah, I can't talk while I'm eating. It's rude.
Oh no. Okay. God damn.
Oh no. The eye betray.
It's like it gets a little fuzzy in it again and again and again, and it's like, man, it would be great if this fuzzy thing wasn't in my eyesight.
The fuzzy thing's like, this is where I live now.
It's just like your vision blur.
It's mine now, beach.
Stop it.
Oh god. Okay. I'll kind of eat and mostly be quiet.
Okay.
For once, Verity is not quite sure what to actually say.
The awkwardness extends to him as well. You can tell he wants to do something, but he doesn't know what, and he's not sure. You can tell he's trying to calculate what his next move should be.
Same, bro.
Same, fam, same.
Same, man, same. So, can I ask some questions and you maybe promise to not get mad at me?
I can try.
So what happens if the hourglass runs out and I decide I'm not with you?
Well, I'd like to think that wouldn't come to that.
No, of course, I'm just trying to figure out what all is happening.
Well, I'm sure you can be persuaded with longer time. Just might not have the time to deal with it at the moment. So,
You time crunch?
Yes.
Oh. Right. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
right. Yeah.
Are your friends no longer bothering you then?
Haven't heard a peep from them.
Good.
Okay. Next question.
Hmm.
What makes you think the Winter Queen is going to be willing to have anything to do with me when she had you kill me on sight when you completed the necklace?
At that point, you were an unknown.
Yeah, but now that I'm a known and I'm a known spring, summer, whatever-y thing, I don't think that's gonna be endearing.
Maybe not. But
What if she just makes you kill me again?
I won't let that happen.
Well, how?
That's, is that supposed to be plugged in? Oh, no, never mind. I will convince her. And that is all that needs to be known.
Okay, but I have concerns.
I don't.
Insight check.
Okay, what'd you get?
15.
Okay. He seems a little unsure, but you're not quite sure what about the situation
Yeah.
he's unsure about.
So, I have a crazy idea.
Hmm.
What if we got all the gemstones for the spring and summer court and took them to the spring summer queen, and then you made a deal with her?
Because my lady would kill me.
Well, then you'd have the spring summer lady protecting you.
She's in my head, Verity.
Well, yeah, but if the spring summer lady took over the pact agreement, whatever thing, wouldn't that make her not be in your head anymore?
I really don't want to put myself in that situation.
Yeah.
Right now, she's probably more powerful.
Well, yeah, because she has all her dumbs.
Mm-hmm. And if she found out that I betrayed her,
Yeah, I know. Do you have any family?
maybe. Why?
Well, like, the planes and stuff are connected, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, stuff that happens in the Feywild can impact stuff that happens in, like, the, I don't know, somebody said the shadow somewhere, and then, like, some other plane, and then, like, the plane where we met.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if the Fey plane gets kablooied because winter destroys it, that's gonna destroy the plane that we live on.
And
And I live there.
yes,
My family lives there.
I mean, we can, I guess, find a way to protect them.
It's gonna hurt a lot of people.
I don't care about them. They never once cared about you, Verity. Why would you care about them?
Well, I mean, some of them do.
All they've ever wanted to do is use you.
I mean, no.
You're more naive than I thought.
Well, that must be pretty naive.
You are. Yes.
And just sort of lean on the table. This sucks.
Okay. I'm not quite sure what you're referring to.
Like, the whole thing. The whole, like, I died, but I didn't die. this whole thing sucks. And now my friends are out there. And,
They're not your friends, Verity. They haven't even come for you yet.
well, I mean, like, we're kind of in, like, a magic castle, which, how does this even work?
It's a gift.
Someone gave you a house?
It's complicated, but more or less.
So, like, does it only work if you're here, or, like, can you leave and it's still here?
I can leave and it's still here.
But what if something happens to you?
It would still be here, I presume. I really don't know the mechanics behind it. My lady gave it to me. She can be quite gracious when you get into a good side.
Well, getting onto her good side means stabbing people and killing them. I don't really know if I want to.
Well, then you don't have to do any of it. Just let me do it and I'll...
Well, that's not fair to you.
I mean, no, but you're clearly not going to do anything because you... He kind of mutters in another language.
Why do you like me, Lamore?
Because you are... you are beautiful and charismatic.
Look at my stats.
And loyal and entertaining.
Yeah, I'm definitely that. A walking disaster.
But mine.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters. We can when all of this is through Verity, you will want for nothing. I will make sure of that.
I mean, I don't really want for anything right now. Either. I mean, like, I want to go home because the Feywild, like, I don't like it.
Well, once this all ends, we'll go back to the material plane.
But it's gonna be destroyed.
And I will have magic that I can make and do whatever I want. You don't think that I can't remake a small village to be what you want?
Be like that dream I had when I got here. We lived in a wagon.
Ah.
It was very cute.
Uh-huh.
And we ran a circus together.
That sounds lovely.
And it was good. It was a good dream until the pumpkin showed up. And then the pumpkin showed up, and then, like, the tent started filling with water, and you were like, Verity, it's fine, you're overreacting. And then, like, I get stabbed the tent, and then, like, more water showed up, and then I was drowning again. And then I was floating in a bubble that was filled with water, and I was drowning, and my friends were fighting a giant pumpkin. And then, like, a really bright, shiny guy came from the sky and was like, fuck you, pumpkin. And then the pumpkin was like, ah! And then...
You know, you really shouldn't eat anything here in the Feywild.
And then Jeff stabbed the bubble I was in and got me out of the drowning bubble. And then we woke up at Oberon's party.
You ate something at that fucker's party.
No, I didn't. I didn't eat anything. He had, like, incense or something. I didn't realize it'd been lit.
Oh.
Or I would have, like, been like,
Badly Badly made.
Badly made whooshing noises at it. I would have badly made whoosh noise at it.
Very good. Very effective.
Super effective tactic, you know. More just like, what the fuck do I see in this dude? So what have you been, like, actually doing day to day? Like, just wandering around?
No. Following leads. Trying to figure out where this bitch kept her jewels.
I mean, it seems like you knew. Because, like, you were there before us at all the places. Because it was always like, oh, my lord, how weird to see you twice in one day. And then we were like, Jeff, stop being Oberon. It's not helpful.
That's the fuck up. Yes, well. I knew about the tree and the swan. You all just happened to get in the way.
We're pretty good at that. Like, we went to Cinnabar. You remember Cinnabar, right? It has that tavern with that drink that you really liked.
He kind of stops and thinks.
It was like the Salt Swigger or something.
Oh, yes.
That one.
It's alright.
But, like, that guy got, like, offed or something, and some, like, weird, like, racist cult took over or something. It was weird. So then we went down there, and then we, like, fought and, like, cleared out his tunnels for, like, weeks. It was underground for, like, weeks. It was awful. And so then we found a bunch of people who'd been captured and had, like, these weird, horrible collars around their necks. And then, like, we fought a guy there. His name was, like, Harold or something. And he was like, you kids! And we got in his way, too.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah.
And dreadfully heroic.
I had to, Ramduran had to use calm emotions on me.
Why?
Because I just have panic attacks whenever I go near water, because I just flash back to drowning, so anytime I go near the water, I freak out a little bit, so. The Lady of the Lake was a little challenging, because we were, like, underwater the whole time, and that was, like, horrible. Oh.
Alright.
But that was, like, really challenging with the Lady of the Lake, because we were, like, underwater the whole time and everything, but we could breathe, like, normal, so I guess it was kind of okay, but it still was, like, really weird, and I didn't really like it very much.
I can tell. Are you done now?
Until the words vomit out of me again, yeah.
Right. Well, he,
So when are you gonna talk to the Queen?
when you make your decision.
And she's not gonna just, like, show up uninvited here?
I mean, she can technically at any moment because this is technically her domain, but I would have forewarning.
That's a not super comforting thought.
I mean, she wouldn't have a reason, so it's fine.
Yeah. So, was that... When you attacked our group, did you do that just to get me?
Yes. I told you I was gonna come for you.
Yeah, and you, like, said I was corrupted. That was weird.
Yeah, because you didn't.
I told you. I was telling the truth that I need those gems or I will die.
You're being overdramatic.
I mean, aren't I always?
More so than usual.
Yeah, well, you know, the Feywild heightens, whatever, and...
It's typically only if you're spring Fey.
I really don't know which one I am.
You're not Fey. You're a tiefling.
Yeah, but now I'm like a Fey zombie.
No, you're not.
Because, like, they brought me back to life.
It doesn't change what you are. You're still a tiefling, Verity.
Poke horns. Being a deliberately annoying little shit. Verity is super effective at being annoying. That's his most effective trait, which unfortunately is not well reflected in stats. You know, one thing that I'm surprised you haven't said anything about yet. My hair.
Well, I imagine there's a reason for it. I didn't bring it up because I don't like it when other people bring up.
Caught on fire.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. It was right after I died, too. It was all very traumatic.
Well, I mean, at least yours grows back the same color.
I guess. Who knows? So far, it seems to be. Now I'm paranoid. Would mine grow green?
Yeah, I don't know. It depends, I guess, on what your patron has decided to mark you with.
I mean, like a nice yellow would probably look okay with purple.
Ooh.
Yeah. It look better than green.
No, purples and greens go better together.
Oh.
If it's a darker green, maybe, but not like a neon green.
I can think of it at the show we had a clown once that wore nothing but purple and green.
Yeah, I will never understand the appeal.
Of clowns?
Yes, what else?
I mean, they're funny and silly and... Why didn't you ever let me perform when we were traveling together?
Because you didn't need to.
But I could have brought us some extra money.
But you didn't need to.
Well, yeah, but I could.
That's not the point.
Yeah.
I provide for you. Not the other way around.
Yeah. I get that.
Then why was it an issue?
Because I like performing.
Oh dear.
I spent my whole life doing it.
So?
Well, like, what do you like to do?
Read?
Well, what if, like, someone was like, hey, no, you can't read anymore?
Then I wouldn't die. Just find something else to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you would. How much time has passed?
I don't know. I suppose I can go outside and look at the hourglass. Give me a moment.
Oh, maybe actually get out of bed and sort of dressed.
Yeah, as you please. He gets up. Have you, he kind of looks at the food. Are you finished?
Yeah, you can.
He takes it and heads out.
Verity just sort of flops face first into the pillow and just like...
Silently screams. Well,
Yep. Yep. He's gonna go and sort of get redressed. He's not like undressed, but he's gonna button up his shirt and sort of take off his horn socks at least. Face the day with the horn socks off. And just kind of flip through his little notebook and look at the little doodles he's done of everybody in the group and be like, I miss you all. I'm sorry, I'm trying so hard. What do I even have in my inventory?
I couldn't answer that for you.
I'll play with my tarot cards.
Okay. About 15-ish minute later, Lamore comes back into the room, and he has the hourglass with him and is holding it, and he kind of puts it down beside you. I would guesstimate maybe about... maybe another 12-ish hours.
Okay.
I'll leave you to your thoughts.
Where will you be?
In the study.
Oh, the room with all the books, yeah.
Good astute observation.
I have them every once in a while.
And he wanders out.
Verity again flops into the pillow.
Is there anything you particularly want to do?
I am going to reach out to Puck again.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll for it?
Yeah, make an Arcana check for me.
Okay. No, we're gonna try you. You seem to like Puck. You do like Puck. 19.
Okay. What are you doing? What are you saying?
So I'm gonna say he is trying to. He wants to take me to the Winter Queen and have her take over my pact.
There's kind of like a long pause where you're not quite sure if he got the message.
Yeah.
And then there's a
Puck.
well, shit.
Yeah, that's what I've been telling you, and you're like, oh, your rapier now goes poof in your hand. I'm helping. No!
You stabbed the bitch!
I'm trapped in a house with him, and if I stab him and don't kill him in one shot, he's gonna kill me first.
I think you could do better.
I'm not confident in that. I am trapped in this house for 12 hours with him presumably before the queen shows up. But I'm in her house right now.
Oh, is that why I can't really hear you all that well?
Apparently.
I will, get back to you on whether that can be done. I have no idea if a pact can be taken away or not.
I don't either, and I don't want to find out.
Well, I'm working on it.
Should you, send Oberon to go, help my group or something to break in or something?
I'll look into it.
And my brother's here, so you take care of him.
Do my best.
But, take it easy, because you're, not doing good and stuff.
So what do you want me to do?
I don't know, be moral support!
I am.
You're awful at it!
I don't know how you mortals work.
I don't know how you work, but that doesn't stop me from trying.
I am trying.
Verity and Puck this week off.
Equal points of, oh Jesus fuck!
Yeah. So I'm just a little freaking out right now. But I have one of Tatiana's gems.
Ooh, very good.
The now you can't scry on me one.
I didn't know that existed, but sure.
Uh-huh. So I have it, but I'm not attuning to it, because then I don't know that I can talk to anybody.
Smart.
But yeah, your fun little agreement that I can't lie is really fucking me over right now.
You're doing great.
You must have missed that part where I took 50-something damage, Puck. You're just casually ignoring that one.
I don't know what happens to you on a daily basis, you know.
Yeah, because you got so many warlocks to keep track of, do you, Puck?
I don't keep tabs on you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not how this works.
Mm-hmm.
Go do whatever it is you have to do.
What I have to do is survive with 12 hours in a house with my ex-boyfriend who wants to give me to the Winter Queen.
Silence.
That's what I have to do.
More silence.
God damn it, fuck you, Puck. Yells into pillow.
What did you fucking damn it? Where'd you go? There it is. There's a moment before you hear footsteps come up the stairs and... Verity, are you alright?
Just screaming out my problems.
Right. You're not trying anything, are you?
No. I'm trying to smush my face into this pillow so it's quieter when I yell. Alright, I'm gonna try and reach out to Puck again.
Okay.
I wasn't done!
An Arcana check.
It's a +1. Math is not that hard. 17. Jesus Christ. I'm like, 16 and 1.
What could it
16 and 1. What is this mystery of the ages?
Oh boy. There's a what?
Can you let me lie? Can you let me lie without repercussions? Can we do that?
I can't change the pact once it's set.
Okay. Any advice if I do meet the queen?
Don't give her your real name.
Okay.
Don't actually agree to anything.
Okay.
And try not to die.
Your confidence in me is inspiring, Puck.
Look, she's one of the most powerful Archfey. I get weak knees when I'm in front of the Queen of Summer.
So my plan of run in and stab is a bad idea.
Yes, she will smite you where you stand.
Now you know why I don't want to run in and stab the warlock who is connected to her head.
Oh, he's a... Oh.
Yeah. Oh. He's also the one that killed me, by the way.
There's like a...
Scandalized.
Like you get it across the leg and just... No. He's like, that bitch.
Yeah, he said she made him.
I mean, I can believe that.
Yeah, I said I believe him about a lot of things, mostly that it hurt me to believe him, because it did. Look, I'm learning all of your bad habits, Puck. I talk in circles now.
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. It's how you don't get trapped in things.
Yeah, well, it would have been helpful to know before I got trapped in things.
Live and learn. You're living and you're learning.
Uh-huh.
I'm working on getting your friends help.
Okay. Is there anything else I can do that would be helpful for you or the court? He found out about the gems by scrying on Oberon or other important conversations. That's how he knew where they were.
I will bring that to my prince's attention. Mortal magics.
Is there anything else that I can try and do or figure out before I potentially get smote out of existence by a snow queen?
I don't have any advice.
Okay.
The reason why mortals are so fascinating to Fae is because you're not bound by the same... Not principles, what's the word? Your existence is not tied to an idea. Your existence is tied to your own definition of your own life. You can change who and what you are on a day-to-day basis.
I mean, Jeff does.
Sure. Mortals are ingenious. Ingenuitive. You're smarter than you think you are, Verity.
I just don't want to die. Again. Because I don't think I can pull off a miracle twice.
Believe in your friends.
I do. I know they're coming. I just don't know they'll get here in time for me. But I'll make sure they get the gem.
There are ways. Just keep faith.
Thanks, Puck. You've been an okay patron.
It's a learning curve for me too.
Well, tell everyone in the group I'm very sorry. And that whatever happens, they are the best.
You can tell them yourself.
All I can see is that meme off between Daenerys and Thor both doing the face. Alright. Okay. Thanks. I'll try not to bug you for a little while. I'm just panicking.
I'm here.
Okay. Verity's gonna pace around a bit, try and buy a little bit of time.
Alright.
Just sort of see how long he can go without Lamore bugging him, but I think eventually his own boredom will probably do him in and he'll go to fuck Lamore. Imagine of the two of them, Lamore's a lot more used to being alone than Verity is. I would guess.
But yeah, it's, I'm gonna say about, how long would Verity wait? How long would Verity be able to go? Let me ask you that.
So he probably could go like an hour in the room, just kind of pacing around, and then let's say he'd probably go by the study, and because I think he would probably be telling Lamore everywhere he's going and what he's doing, so he'd go by the study to tell him he was gonna like take a bath or something after like an hour. He is weak. He is a social creature. Verity is an extroverty extrovert.
Okay.
Math and times. I love your thinking faces so much.
Okay.
Yeah, so I gotta take a bath. But I'll pop by the study.
Okay.
Can I take like a hot bath or something? Is that possible here?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. He kind of like pops up and is like, I should probably show you where that is.
Might be helpful.
And he actually leads you through his room to a large bathing chamber. It is ungodly gregarious.
Of course.
It is like beautiful patterned marble, like white and grays. And the bath itself is like recessed in the floor. And he like reaches over behind something, and you can see him like flick his fingers and a pop of fire goes out and it lights something, and then you can slowly feel the heat rise in the room, and he's like, it's all yours.
I'm gonna be coy, and while he's doing that, actually go ahead and start stripping.
He leaves his fingers in the area a little bit too long and actually gets burned as he gets very distracted by watching you undress. And you
Yeah, alright?
Yep. Have fun. And he takes a couple of like quick glances at you, and he's like, I want to, but I shouldn't, but I want to, but I shouldn't. And he kind of takes his time leaving the room before he finally closes the door behind him.
Okay. Verity will scooch into the water.
It is thankfully very, very warm.
Can I see like what he lit?
It's basically like a furnace, if you will. That what?
I'm sorry, I got a bad idea. I won't do it. I won't do it.
But you can see that it's somehow connected to a series of water pipes that feed into this tub, and it's like a constant cycle. So there is a little bit of movement within the tub of water moving in and out. And you get it's somehow it's something magical.
Yeah. Okay. I will.
And it's almost to a point where when you get in, it starts off as very comfortable, then it starts getting hot.
Yeah.
And you maybe gather that's because he can't feel heat anymore.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thankfully I'm a tiefling, so I can handle. I like it hot.
I
like it hot.
I'm resistant.
Verity will kind of poke around in the machination, not in like the machinations, but be very curious in how this actually works, what it does, how it do, why it do. I'm gonna resist my instinct to cast Create Bonfire in the furnace. I'm gonna resist that urge.
Oh God.
Boof! I don't know what happened. It was just like a lot of fire all of a sudden went like, but I was really weird before.
Let me roll for this fire.
I
I don't know
what happened. That's weird. Ah!
Bleeding.
Yep. Are there any like candles or anything about?
It's there's almost something similar to a vanity at one end of the room, and there's like a collection of candles and incense.
Okay. I am going to use prestidigitation to light the candles. It's a cantrip, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
After I'd say about 10 minutes, there's a nice, thick, earthy smell that starts wafting through, and it's something that you recognize as a scent that Lamore has typically always had on him in some way or form.
Okay. And I will use thaumaturgy to, like, lessen the fire so that it stops being, like, hot.
In the,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So it's just sort of like, chill, bro. Like, chill.
Okay. You managed to thaumaturgy the between the fire and the actual like mechanisms that feed the air within the furnace. You eventually get it to calm down so it doesn't make the water quite as hot.
Okay. Just going to just sort of lay in the tub for, like, okay, like 10 hours left. 10 hours left. I need to buy 10 hours of affection.
Just psyching yourself up.
Already psyching himself up. Okay. So I'll probably hang out in the tub for like 30, 45-ish, maybe an hour.
Okay.
Wash my hair, spruce up.
Okay.
It's probably the first like bath since the Feywild. Really. So he's enjoying it a little bit. They're also filled with existential and real life dread. Immensely. He feels very much like he is in a gilded cage. And it makes it hard to enjoy any of it.
Right.
Especially knowing his friends are out there, like, doing all this stuff and dealing with the Feywild nonsense without him, because of him, and he's here having a nice hot bath.
Should I actually be enjoying this or not?
No, I should not. I should feel bad about this.
God, it feels so good.
But it's so nice. It's so cold out there. Are there, like, bathrobes and things about?
There are towels.
Okay. Alright, well, Verity will get out and towel off, wrap a towel around his waist, and go to find Lamore.
Okay. He is in his study. He has a large book cracked open in front of him, and he has a pair of small glasses perched on the end of his nose, and he appears to be reading through some sort of tome.
I'm gonna sort of go to stand on the other side of the book. Like, what you reading?
Make a stealth check for me.
God. I was waiting for, like, that to be the nat 20. It was not. 18.
Okay. Actually, what's your passive stealth? 10 plus?
20.
Oh, shit.
My passive stealth is 20.
Right, cool. So yeah, you,
Rogue!
without even meaning to,
Yeah.
you sneak up on him, and he jumps and curses in a language you heard him speak before but don't know. Excuse me. And he kind of like puts a hand over his heart and is like, "What are you doing?" And he seems to like notice your state of dress, and his like speech goes like, it's like someone is like, "What?"
Well, you said that you didn't really like my clothes, so do you want me to wear something else?
His brain is like trying to reboot. And there is a moment of like just like general staring before he finally like scrambles to his feet and he's like, oh sure, I could I think I've got some clothing around here that you would fit. And he like not necessarily runs but kind of stumbles himself up the stairs to his bedroom.
Follow. Casually.
And he eventually he starts pulling clothes out of drawers, like holding things up. I was like, no, maybe, and after about 20 minutes of watching him just like fling clothes places, he finally comes up with about 2 or 3 outfits for you to choose from.
Verdi's just hanging out, just sort of sitting on the bed, playing with his hair, being distracting.
Yep, he's very
trying
distracted.
to make everything take much longer than it actually should.
But yeah, he has the 3 outfits, and he's like, well, what would you prefer?
I don't know. Do you want me to put on all of them and do a little show for you?
Sure.
Turn around.
Right. He turns around and puts his, he's like, well, if you'd like, you could always take them into the bathroom and change there.
No, this is fine.
Right. Make him suffer. And how y'all is love?
It's tall. My phone does that too. It changes tall to y'all all the time, and it makes me so mad. I'm like, no.
I don't even actually give him a height.
I think in the things that I wrote, he and Lamore were similar. Were
yeah.
almost the same height. Maybe Verity was a hair taller, but not significantly.
So they're about 7 foot something.
8 feet tall. They're both 8 feet tall. No, Verity is, I think, 6'3".
Oh, okay. I
6'3".
thought he was 7 foot.
No, the height gets taller every time Jeff tells it.
That's why.
That's what happened.
Okay.
No. I think he's like 6'5" if you include his horns. Okay. So yeah, he will just have Lamore turned around and just like deliberately make everything slightly louder than it should be. Like the dropping of the towel is slightly louder than it ought to be.
Okay.
Drawing everything out and putting on the different outfits and parading about in them.
Okay. Since it's about 8:15, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you take the time to basically string Lamore along, and if you want, go ahead and roll me 3 performance checks, please.
Yeah, boy. Okay, the first one is a 21.
Okay.
The second is a 17. And the last is 14.
Okay. So you more or less bedazzle him to the point where you get the sense that he is desperately trying to impress you, win you over, doing whatever it takes to make you see him as the good guy. And probably, after the fashion show, maybe another light lunch of, sitting and schmoozing.
Yeah, Verity is basically doing to Lamore what Lamore had Verity doing for 2 years to the rich fucks.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Turning it all back on him.
Yeah.
And him not realizing it. Because I did roll insight checks. And probably about halfway through lunch, if you will, is when you get the message from Jeff.
Okay.
And about that time, from your guesstimate, there's probably about 6-ish hours left before the...
Okay.
But there's also the state of Lamore currently.
Okay.
So.
Alright, well, before we officially end, and I'm going to do one more thing to sort of try and buy myself 6 hours of affections, at least. So I'm gonna sort of, after lunch, be like, I've got one surprise for you.
Oh.
Yeah, I've had it. I've been holding on to it for 8 months and 14 days.
Ah.
So,
Okay.
close your eyes.
You're not trying to be deceptive necessarily.
No, and if he doesn't, Verity doesn't really care. He's more just like doing it for, whatever. So he doesn't really care if Lenore doesn't actually do it.
There's kind of a moment before he kind of slowly just says like, all right.
So Verity will go over and rifle through his bag
Mm-hmm.
and pull out the ring box I've been carrying for 8 months and 14 days.
Oh,
God! Scandal! And I'll come back to the table and sort of push it out in front of him and be like, okay.
What is this?
You can open it.
He opens it.
Oh, it's a pretty little moonstone ring.
Oh, what's this?
I got it made for you.
Oh.
In whatever that little town was before the, everything happened.
Uh-huh. Vaguely remember you going off to a shop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He kind of pulls it out and reflects and looks at it and is like, it's very nice, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Because you always said I was your favorite constellation.
You still.
So I was going to ask you to be the moon in the sky, so to speak.
Kind of gives you a look. Like, wait, what?
But it didn't end up working out like I thought it would. But
You wanted to.
yeah.
Oh. And there's a look of genuine surprise on his face, like, holy shit. And he kind of puts the ring back in the box and is not quite sure what to do with that information. He doesn't, like, pass it back to you or anything, but he's definitely kind of like, well, now what do I do?
Yeah. Ha! Turntables! You think about what you've done now, sir! Yeah. I mean, no matter what happens, it's your ring. It's always been your ring.
I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. You just... I wanted to make sure it got to you. Eventually.
I see.
But I'll leave you to think. You look like you got a lot on your mind.
You could say that.
So, I'll let you think. I'm gonna just hang out in the living room area.
Of course, sure. And you can see he kind of like puts a hand, like his head in his hand and is just like staring at the ring.
I'm gonna just sort of like go by and just like, not like ruffle his hair, but just sort of like do it as I walk by and go sit in the living room. I'm like, well, that'll keep him occupied for a few hours. Hopefully. I don't know if that helped or not, but complicate his life too. So, but yeah, Verity has made his decision, but he's sitting quietly and he's trying to keep an eye on the door and seeing if he can see anything happening.
Mm-hmm.
Cause what did Jeff's message say? How are you? How much time is left? We are coming to get you. So, he's trying to keep an eye on the door to see if he can tell if anything is happening, if anybody is...
Okay. And I guess you can compose your message to Jeff, but yeah, there's about 6-ish hours.
Okay.
Give or take.
Alright.
From when you get that message.
Okay. Yeah, Verity will just kind of sit, and as long as Lemore's around, he will keep an eye on him, just because he's also sort of amused at feeling a little bit like he's turned the tables on him by
Mm-hmm.
like pulling the rug out from under him
Yeah.
a little bit. But he also kind of Verity is having very complicated emotions at the moment.
Fair,
But
fair.
he's 1,000% sure he is not joining Lamore and joining the Winter Court.
Yep. Okay, so that's where we're gonna wrap it for tonight. Tune in this Saturday to find out the epic conclusion of the Feywild arc. Da-da-da! At least I'm hoping that it comes to an end. Knowing my group, who knows? That's my plan. Hopefully. So yeah, we'll be having Syrill this weekend, 1:30.
On Saturday.
And of course we have the next week, I think, which is the 26th, Wednesday. We are not going to be having a weekly night DM chat because that is our glorious Susie's birthday. And by golly, we're going to take her out to dinner!
Yay!
So yeah, we will be out dining and schmoozing. And unfortunately, you're not invited. Brian, maybe. You're the boyfriend, so I really can't say you're not.
You maybe can come, Brian.
You can maybe come.
No.
But yeah, so we have Syrill this Saturday, no DM chats this Wednesday, and then River of Turicel the following Sunday at...
Vidya Games on Monday.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that. Vidya Games on Monday.
We're gonna try and redo the ending of that Nightmares from the Deep since the storm cut out the ending yesterday.
So that way you can actually see the full cutscene and the ridiculousness that
I know
is that game.
It's gorgeous.
It really is.
But yes, Susie played back through a good chunk of the game today, so that we're pretty close to the point that the game cut out. So you will actually get to see the ending of Nightmares from the Deep 2, the whatever Sirens Call, maybe.
Siren song, something like that.
Siren something, buddy.
Siren somebody somewhere. So yeah, that is our schedule, and of course it will most likely be in the chat, wherever that is on your screen.
Flailed wildly.
I don't know which way it is on your screen. It could be up, down, side to side.
I believe it is the opposite of me.
Huh?
I believe it is the opposite of me for you.
So that way?
The opposite of me.
That way.
Oh, I love you, Carolyn. Never change.
I won't. I'm 31. About to say 32. I turned 32 this year. Yes. Probably pretty fixed in my ways at this point. Yeah, so that's the schedule. Join us on Discord, or in all of our other social media sites. And of course, if you want to watch back anything, catch up on anything, you can check us out on YouTube. We have Roll for Trouble. All of our videos, we're going through currently and trying to get everything kind of up to par and relabeled and all that fun stuff so you guys can watch without fear of things getting jumbled. So that's my project for the next foreseeable future. So yeah, keep in touch, stay tuned, and follow. And we'll see you next time, guys. Bye, Internet.
See you Saturday at 1:30. Keep waving because I have to actually get up and walk around the room to actually turn this off. So hold the phone. Oh, why is our couch so deep? That's a very effective jacket. I'm going to gift that. All right. Goodbye, Internet.
Goodbye.